Each year, Americans go through a ton of paper. And we're talking 85 million tons, or about 650 pounds per person. Businesses add to the mix with 21 million more tons, cranking out 750,000 copies per minute. It's a massive industry, pulling in a whopping $100 billion globally. But here's the catch, we're also tossing about 1 billion trees worth of paper in the US annually. The process starts with collecting wood, trees like pine and spruce because of their long fibers, which make the paper stronger. After the trees are chosen, they undergo a meticulous harvesting process to prioritize sustainable practices and minimize harm to the environment. The selection of these trees marks the inception of a cycle that intertwines nature and industry, setting the stage for the subsequent stages in the fascinating journey of turning trees into the ubiquitous sheets of paper we encounter every day. As soon the softwood gems are gotten from the forest, the process of turning them into pulp starts. In this important step, the gathered trees are broken down into their individual fibers. This stage is made up of two main methods: chemical pulping and mechanical pulping. Chemical pulping, especially the craft method, uses chemicals to keep longer, stronger fibers. Mechanical pulping, on the other hand, uses force to separate fibers, giving up length for speed. As the trees start to change into the basic material for paper, the pulping stage is like an alchemical reaction. It sets the tone for the next few steps in our paper-making journey. After the pulped stuff has been gotten, it is needed to be even better. The pulp goes through a very thorough cleaning process that gets rid of dirt and bark. The next step, refining, improves the quality even more by smoothing out the texture for a better final result. This very important step makes sure that the pulp is clean and ready for the next steps in the process of making paper. This will make sheets of paper that not only look and feel great, but also have the strength and longevity expected. After getting the pulp just right, it's time to give it shape. When the pulp is mixed with water, it turns into a slurry that is then spread out evenly on a moving screen. As the water drains away, the threads tangle together to make a single sheet of wet paper. The final properties of the paper are determined by the makeup and consistency of the slurry during this precise process. Forming sheets is an amazing step because it shows how the pulp changes from being shapeless to having a clear structure that will soon become a part of our everyday lives. After making the sheets of paper, the next important steps are to press and dry them. The sheets are put through a very careful process while they are still wet. Extra water is pushed out of the sheets as they go through rollers, which make sure they reach the right thickness. After that, these wet sheets are moved through big dryer tubes, which makes them closer to their final shape. This step is very important for accuracy because it measures the thickness of the paper and makes sure it is completely dry. It is during the pressing and drying step that the paper changes from a wet, fragile state into a stronger, more useful one. As the paper gets closer to its finished shape, it goes through coating and finishing, which change its properties to make them work better for certain tasks. At this point, it's like making the paper suit. Depending on what it will be used for, the paper is coated with things like latex or clay. These coats not only make things smoother, but they also make them easier to print on and protect them from things like water. The rigorous process of coating ensures that the paper is more than just a surface for ink, but rather a canvas that embraces and elevates the printed message. Around this point, the paper goes beyond its simple beginnings and turns into a flexible medium that can record and share the thoughts, ideas, and art of the human experience. Coating and finishing paper basically turn it into a specialized tool that can be used in many different fields, including art, business, and daily life. After the paper has gone through the laborious procedures of shaping, pressing, and drying, it is time for accuracy. Huge sheets are carefully cut into standard sizes that can be used for a variety of tasks. The accuracy with which it is cut makes sure that the final product is the same, whether it's for notebooks, printing, or packing. The large sheets are cut into smaller, more manageable sizes. They are then packaged and prepared for distribution. This step not only decides the end size, but it also helps keep waste to a minimum, which shows how committed the industry is to being efficient. After being carefully cut, the new paper is carefully packaged so it can be sent to its final users. From here on out, the paper starts its next part, which is the end of a long and interesting journey from forests to neatly packaged multi-purpose sheets. And there you have it, the incredible journey of how paper is made. From the forest to your hands, it's a process that involves science, technology, and a deep respect for our environment. Thank you for joining us on this enlightening adventure. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more fascinating insights. Until next time, stay curious.